What's a company secret you can share now that you don't work there? When I was at a car dealership, we sold people Nitro Air for their tires. $29.95, and it lasts forever. It's better for driving and you won't lose air as fast. Bullshit. We just took your money and scammed people. Everything at Applebee's has been frozen. The dessert, the meats, the vegetables, the mixes for the drinks, the butter, everything. The water test samples we sent to the independent lab were not our well water, they were just bottled water from the local grocery store. Pharmaceutical manufacturing facility. The guy in QA is boning 2 or 3 of the manufacturing techs, usually in the sterile rooms where you have to double badge to get in. He's married, the women he's boning are married, and his son also works in the facility. I was dismissed for insubordination, because I was asked to do some shit that was unethical/illegal and refused to do it. I worked at a biotech startup, just me and the CEO. We ran a clinical trial at a prestigious university where we had to compare sample quantity from injection to recovery. He made it a point to not allow me to measure any samples myself, it was just the 2 of us at the time. Instead, he took them home and reported to everyone, including the board and investors, a 90% plus recovery rate. This, of course, was bullshit, and I was the only one who knew. He was later fired after his second sexual harassment investigation, the first had 5 to 6 women. The first one showed some fucked up shit, but the head of the board decided it was okay to treat women like shit. Worked in a grocery store deli for a few years. The fresh chicken salad is literally made from weeks-old rôtissière chickens that didn't sell and kept in a big bin in the walk-in until there were enough collected to strip down and mash up into salad. Same with the antipasta salad, made with old dried-up ends of meat and cheese, from the slicing case, that sat in a bag for weeks until there was enough for a batch of salad. Also, if there was mold on a block of cheese, cut it off and keep slicing. Same for slimy meat. It might have just been this one store/manager, but to this day I avoid anything from the deli. K. Roger, Wally World, Publix and Target and Whole Foods all sell the exact same cheeses, etc. Same wheel of cheese, just gets different labels and prices. Source warehouse that supplies cheese. Get your used car parts from Carpart.com and always order your tires from Tire Rack.com. University of Phoenix is a scam to make money from the government by saddling underprivileged students with debt. Enjoy those stipend checks. Victoria's Secret's call center hires therapy dogs during the holidays to keep people from walking off the job. If you order ginger ale at a restaurant that doesn't have ginger ale, they'll create an imitation that's 90% Sprite/10% Coke. Pharmacies stock the homeopathic stuff next to the actual shit because otherwise they're hard to sell. You have to be on your toes. Homeopathic medicine is supposed to be labeled, but it's scandalously small lettering. And when I worked at the RX chain, I was forbidden to point out which was which. Worked at car dealer. I learned finance guy would give customers higher interest rates on loans, so dealership got bigger kickback. So unless you have perfect credit and automaker is offering 0% interest, go to your bank or credit union. Get pre-approved and then shop for car. College admissions. You see all those feel-good stories about kids who had grew up in rough neighborhoods and received a scholarship due to hardship. Nearly all can't handle the curriculum and drop out before the end of their first semester. High schools who lower standards to get the kids through aren't helping. I worked at a shopping mall in security. One of the large department stores had one-way mirrors in the dressing rooms, and their own security would look through the mirrors at people changing to try to catch them stealing. Their in-house theft reports would reference observed female in dressing room concealing clothing. Yeah, no one wants to know what I'm about to say. In America, the hospital admins that make millions of dollars a year each year, they don't give not even one fuck about you or your mom or dad or any other patient. They care about how much they can profit and how much they can save by cutting corners at every single turn. None of them have any experience in healthcare. They are business majors. Not a single one of them have ever done CPR for a single second. They have no idea, nor do they give a single fuck about how overworked the nurses, doctors, and support staff are. They couldn't care less about patient safety. They couldn't care less if your mom has to wait an hour for her pain medication or to be taken to the bathroom. The only thing they care about is how much they can profit. Yes, this is for non-profit hospitals too, because even their admin gets paid absurd amounts of money. All the non-profit title means is that they have to roll their claimed profits into the budget for the next year so that the net is zero. Do you think that goes into wage increases or bonuses for the people that actually do all the work? Nope, it doesn't. Hospital admin in the US are the fucking scum of the earth. I could go on and on and on and on, but I'll probably be downvoted. Nordstrom gets robbed all the time. It doesn't make it to the news because any story is an advertisement for how easy it is. There are groups of people who burst into the designer departments all at once, with wire cutters to remove the leashes on things, take everything they can, and then run out. 2 minutes tops. They will clear out $50,000 to $80,000 at a time. The employees have been trained not to fight them, only high-level loss prevention officers are allowed to do anything. And if they're not there, they're not there. I worked very briefly for a new car dealership. At the time the maker had multiple recalls involving the ignition switches. The sales staff were instructed to tell all customers that affected cars were pulled off the lot and not for sale. We were told, "Your job is to sell this shit, let the manufacturer contact the suckers later to get it fixed." I quit the next week. Tesla cuts a lot of corners when it comes to safety and quality. They are after production numbers, nothing more. Worked there for 5 years in production engineering teams, mainly Fremont factory. Every single Model 3 and Model Y made in the USA for the years 2019 to 2020 have their coolant hoses zip-tied in the battery pack. These will fail, just a matter of time. When they fail, the batteries will likely cease to function, there will be no thermal runaway, it will just be a 50K brick. Instead of remanufacturing these defects, quality passed off on zip-tying them in order not to lose production numbers. Batteries from NV would come to CA, where we would pressurize test, resulting in popped-off hoses and coolant everywhere. Management required production teams to zip-tie, bypass the retest and install into a car set. This is just one example of how every single Tesla is a time bomb or recall waiting to happen.